John's Big Dream. John is a young boy. He lives in a small house with his family. His father works in a factory and his mother stays at home. John does not have many toys, but he is a happy boy. He likes to read books and draw pictures. One day, John visits his friend Harry. Harry's family is rich. They have a big house, a nice car, and many things. John sees a big TV in Harry's living room. The TV is very shiny and has many colors. Harry plays games on the TV. He watches cartoons and movies too. John looks at the TV with big eyes. He thinks, I want a TV like this. I will buy one for my family. John goes home and tells his parents, Mom, Dad, I saw a big TV at Harry's house. It was amazing. Can we buy a TV too? His father smiles sadly and says, John, we don't have enough money. Maybe one day, but not now. John feels a little sad, but he does not give up. He starts to think about how he can buy a TV. He has a big dream now. He wants to make his family happy. John decides to work hard and save money. John wakes up early the next morning. He has a plan. He decides to help people in the neighborhood to earn some money. First, John visits Miss Susan, an old woman who lives next door. He knocks on her door and says, Good morning, Miss Susan. Do you need help with anything? I can clean your garden or carry things for you. Miss Susan smiles and says, Oh, John, you are such a kind boy. My garden is very messy. Can you clean it for me? John works hard in Miss Susan's garden. He pulls out the weeds, waters the flowers, and sweeps the ground. When he finishes, Miss Susan gives him some money and says, Thank you, John. You did a great job. John feels happy. He puts the money in a small jar. He calls it his TV jar. Every day after school, John finds new jobs. He helps Mr. Joseph wash his car. He carries heavy bags for Miss Clara from the market. He even babysits for his aunt. John's jar is slowly filling up. He counts the money every night. I'm getting closer to my dream, he thinks. But sometimes John feels tired. He works a lot and it's not always easy. His hands hurt and he misses playing with his friends. One evening, his mother sees him looking sad. She says, John, why are you doing all this work? John replies, I want to buy a TV for us, Mom. I want us to watch movies and laugh together. His mother hugs him and says, You are a wonderful boy, John. We are proud of you. Weeks go by and John continues to work hard. His TV jar is almost full, but he knows he still needs more money. One day, while walking home from school, John sees a poster on the wall. The poster says, Bake sale, join us, and sell your treats to make money. John gets excited. He runs home and tells his mother, Mom, I want to bake cookies and sell them at the bake sale. Can you help me? His mother smiles and says, Of course, John. Let's do it together. They go to the kitchen and start baking. John mixes the dough and his mother helps him shape the cookies. They make chocolate cookies, sugar cookies, and even some with sprinkles. The kitchen smells sweet and warm. On the day of the bake sale, John sets up a small table. He arranges the cookies neatly and puts a sign that says, Delicious cookies, only $1 each. Many people come to the bake sale. They see John's bright smile and decide to buy his cookies. A man says, These cookies are amazing, John. You must have worked hard. John replies, Thank you, sir. I'm saving money to buy a TV for my family. By the end of the day, John sells all his cookies. He counts his money and feels proud. He adds the money to his jar, and now it is almost overflowing. That night, John sits with his family and says, "I think I will have enough money soon. My dream is coming true." His father says, "John, you're teaching us something important. Dreams come true with hard work and kindness." Finally, after many weeks of working and saving, John has enough money in his jar. He feels excited, but also a little nervous. He has worked so hard, and now his dream is just a step away. One Saturday, John goes to the store with his parents. They walk into the electronics section, and John's eyes widen when he sees the shiny big TVs. He points to one and says, "That's the one I want." His father looks at the price tag and says, "It's a little expensive, John, but you've worked so hard. I think you deserve it." John takes out all the money from his jar and counts it. He has enough. He hands the money to the cashier, and the cashier gives him the TV. John is so happy. He thanks the cashier and walks out of the store with his new TV. It's the best feeling in the world. When they get home, John helps his father set up the TV. They connect the wires, press the buttons, and soon the screen lights up. John feels proud. "Look, Mom, look, Dad. It's beautiful," he says. His mother hugs him and says, "You did it, John. You made your dream come true. We are so proud of you." That evening, the family sits together in front of the TV. They watch a movie and laugh. John feels happy to see his family smiling. He knows that hard work and dreams can lead to something wonderful. John's life has changed since he bought the TV. He enjoys watching movies with his family every weekend, but he doesn't forget how hard he worked to get the money. One day, John's friend Harry comes to visit. He sees the new TV and says, "Wow, John, your TV is amazing. How did you get it?" John smiles and replies, "I worked hard and saved money. It wasn't easy, but I never gave up on my dream." Harry looks surprised. "You worked hard for it? That's cool. I always just ask my parents for what I want." John tells Harry, "It's nice to ask for things, but working for them makes them more special. You learn a lot when you work hard for your dreams." Harry thinks about what John says. "Maybe I should try working for something too," he says. John feels proud of his hard work. He realizes that the journey was just as important as the reward. He learned to be patient, kind, and never give up. The TV is not just a thing for John. It's a symbol of his dreams and the hard work it took to make them come true. John's family is proud of him, and they all know that no dream is too big if you're willing to work for it. A few months later, John is happy with his TV. He continues to help his neighbors, and he has saved some more money. One day his father says, "John, I have an idea. You've done a great job with everything. How about you use your savings to help someone else?" John is surprised. "Help someone else? How can I do that?" His father explains, "You can buy something for someone who needs it. Maybe a toy for a child who doesn't have one, or a gift for a neighbor who is sick." John thinks about it for a moment. He remembers how happy he felt when he got his TV, and he wants to share that feeling with someone else. The next day, John buys a toy for a little girl in his neighborhood. Her family is poor, and John knows she doesn't have many toys. He knocks on her door and says, "I got this toy for you. I hope you like it." The girl's eyes sparkle, and she says, "Thank you, John. This is the best gift ever." John feels happy inside. He realizes that helping others is just as important as reaching your own dreams. That evening, John sits with his family and watches a movie. As the screen lights up, he feels proud. Not just for the TV, but for the lessons he has learned. Dreams can come true, but they are even more special when shared with others. John's journey has taught him something important. Hard work, kindness, and sharing your success make life even better. And so, John's dream continues, not just as a boy who worked for a TV, but as a young man who learned to give back.